Hooked on Fishing with Wes and Dave Peterson is sponsored by Hardee's.
Welcome to Hooked on Fishing. I'm Michelle, and we do thank Jason and his staff at the Hardee's stores in Hibbing and International Falls for sponsoring the show, featuring made-from-scratch biscuits and hand-breaded chicken tenders, and, of course, charbroiled Angus burgers. Hardee's is happy to sponsor Hooked on Fishing. Good morning. We are recording on Wednesday, March 5th. Dave and Wes are here, and it is a new fishing season, I guess, guys. We've got to get new fishing licenses,
Don't
right?
forget to get your new license.
You know what? Minnesota. I've thought about that about 3 times, and
Maybe you shouldn't tell us this part.
I've got
Do you have a lifetime license?
I do have a lifetime license,
just have
so
to,
I just have to renew it.
Sign that up or something.
Yeah.
Wes, when you get to be your age, I think they look at that and they say, you can just buy it online right now. So we thought the fishing season was probably coming to a close because we were getting warm weather. Mm-hmm. It's far from closing.
The ice isn't melting yet?
No, I mean, it's getting cool at night. There's getting to be some spots where
The ice roads are starting to get a little soft, but you can still get out. You pick your spots, and I was out in Lake of the Woods Friday in a hurricane. It wasn't quite a hurricane. It was only 30 to 50 mile an hour wind, so it wasn't a hurricane. But
Why were you out there?
that's what I was wondering.
because I
Didn't you check the weather?
told a kid I was going to go, and so we went.
Aw.
Michelle, I didn't even fish that day, so
Yeah, no kidding.
But
See,
so I was on my way to Baudette, and the closer I got to Baudette, I'm thinking, we had our own gear, right? So I was going to set up my own house, and the closer I got to Baudette, I'm thinking, I might not need to stop and rent a house today. And I checked the weather in Baudette, and it was 30 to 50 mile an hour winds.
yeah, your house would have just blown over, right?
Yeah, I would have ended up in Birchdale or
Where the fishing isn't nearly as good.
And in fact, I was on the ice we did rent a house. There was no option. I mean, and we got out there and it was fine. I mean, you heard a little bit of wind, but it wasn't.
Huh.
Yeah, we sat in there in my T-shirt. But anyway, I got out on the ice about a mile, and I looked in my side view mirror, and the front corner of my tonneau cover was loose. And I thought, I got to stop because this wind, if it catches,
pull it right off there.
it would have torn it right off, and that would have been on Birchdale had I not
Birchdale,
stopped.
if you find weird stuff in your community, it's probably Wes's.
Fish house, tonneau cover. So no, but and I don't think when they said 30 to 50, I don't think it got down to 30 till noon. It was. I had to open the door to get out of the pickup, and I couldn't get it open. That's how hard the wind was blowing. And I finally put my shoulder into it, and my young buddy across in the other seat, leaned over, and he pushed against it. I finally got it open.
Wow.
It was.
Well, and then you worry about getting torn off the other way.
Oh, no,
it's hard
I
enough.
kept in contact with the pickup the whole way. So,
Wow.
But yeah, it was.
But was the fishing good?
Fishing was very good. We continued to see a lot of fish. A lot of them wouldn't bite, but I think a lot of those small when they come up to it and won't bite, I think that's an indication they're probably smaller fish, and they looked like that on the live scope too. So, but the fish that did bite, we didn't throw back a lot of small ones, but the fish we did catch were really nice. Probably we had, I think, 5 or 6 walleyes out of 11, so that's unusual. You usually get about maybe, I don't know, 20% walleyes, 80% saugers, so we had close to 40 or 50% walleyes that day. And so yeah, it was. And actually my young buddy, I think he kept 7 and I kept 4. We were 1 short, but we turned back 3 or 4 that we probably could have kept, and we lost some nice ones too. So, but
It's all part of the game, Wes.
yeah, I really don't care if we get 11 or 12. So,
Yeah.
The last 2 days, it has slowed down over there, fishing-wise, because I know some really good fishermen that were over there in the last couple days, and it was much slower. In fact, 2 days ago, some of these people that fish all the time were over there, and they didn't get home till 9 o'clock at night, and they were still too short.
Wow.
So-
So what do you attribute that to?
they're
Probably moving.
they're probably starting to move in a little closer to the Rainy River, to the, because they go up in they go up the river and spawn. They'll be up the river. A lot of them will be up there in a month now. So they're probably starting to move that direction. And
And what degree water, Wes, do walleyes spawn in?
46, probably 44, 45, 46. It varies a little bit, but and it does, it lasts for spawning period probably lasts for 2-3 weeks, something like that. So, but yeah, so things are changing. The ice road was still fairly good. We had to drive around some soft spots and slush and ruts and stuff going out there, and then they've rerouted a couple times. So
People just get nervous when you got water on top of the ice and you have to drive through it. There's ice underneath there, but it just spooks you to drive through that water.
Yeah.
And I don't like doing it, and I'm sure that people that
the unknown is
fish a lot.
if there's a hole there,
oh yeah,
an actual hole. Because we've seen that hole change from 8 inches to 2 or 3 feet overnight.
yeah. Once it starts looking like
If it's running down the hole, that's
very dangerous.
you better get out and actually physically see what
Check
you're
it,
doing.
What you're going through.
Yeah, it's time to go to a four-wheeler or something light or a snowmobile and pick and choose. It's a little easier to pick your spots with that. And, if I get in trouble with a snowmobile and I see a bad spot, but I have to go through it, I can gun it. So I can get some speed up so I don't
Fly over it.
done that
Easier to do than
I've
a
done that a
pickup.
few times, but at some point you have to say, you know what, I'm going to put everything away right now because it's getting dangerous. So
And isn't there a deadline for taking fish houses or ice houses off though?
March 31st.
on Lake of the Woods and Rainy Lake, it's later.
Yeah, inland lakes is
Probably the end of February.
yeah. So they'd be off. And I think the walleye season's over there now. You can't fish walleyes.
It was actually over.
Did they extend that one?
No, they
Was
the
it like-
walleye season this year I think ended February 24th on inland lakes.
Right.
And it usually ends the end of. I think it usually ends the end of February.
So it goes almost 2 months longer up here on the border waters.
On border waters.
Right.
Okay.
yeah,
Wow.
it closes April 14th here. So, and it's only closed for 3 to probably 4 weeks, I guess.
So do you think we see more fishermen coming up here that would normally fish inland lakes
Probably.
because of that?
Yeah, probably.
To extend their seasons?
Yeah, if they want to keep fishing walleyes, some of them will stay where they're at and fish panfish. That's still open. So
Wes and I did go crappie fishing too. We brought John along, and we did pretty good.
Where'd you do that?
on Rainy.
On Rainy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wasn't fast and furious. A couple days before that was phenomenal. But when spots keep getting hit, it's gonna probably do some effect. So, like yesterday, I went out there, and I caught 2 real nice ones. Got a nice 13-inch sauger. So then I just quit, and I started catching little ones. So I went to a spot I haven't fished this year, and I caught lots of fish there. And I got perch, I got crappies. I had one big fish on. I'm not even sure what it was. I lost that. Yeah. Got some really nice perch. Another 13-inch sauger. You got 13-inch sauger and Rainy. That's a pretty nice sauger. Sometimes in front of Shay Shay you can get some real big ones, but...
So where are you headed this week?
Well, I'm headed to Nestor Falls as soon as we get done here. So,
Okay. Have you been up there?
I've been up there
year?
a couple times this year. Yeah. So we're starting to fish a lot more, on this side of Rainy Lake for crappies. Now we're learning that and learning new spots, and that gives you just another option that's, 50 miles closer.
So when you go to Nestor Falls, are you going for walleyes?
Crappies.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So, and we've done good both times we've been up there this year. I think we've been done in 2 to 3 hours or less. So.
Okay. How about you, Dave?
I'll probably fish this afternoon in the spot I ended up yesterday.
Rainy.
So, and then I fish. Yeah, I love going out there. It's very peaceful, and
Just going to go by yourself?
yeah, I told. No, I got a couple buddies that
Somebody.
probably go along, but yeah, I told Cindy she had kind of a cold one day. I told her, I said, you know what the best thing for a cold is? She says, what's that? And I said, go fishing. I said, I'm hardly ever sick, and that's true. I'm rarely sick. No, I will get sick. But
All that time out in the
I
fresh
think
air.
in the fresh air that's huge.
Yeah.
So that's all I got.
All right. Well, you guys be safe out there, and I guess we'll check in with you next week and see how things are going.
All right,
Yep.
we'll go do some more research.
Thank you, guys. Find this and past episodes of Hooked on Fishing on our YouTube channel at Psalm FM. Hooked on Fishing is sponsored by Hardee's in International Falls and Hibbing.